Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manoro Krishnam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dati Svapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Parakam Shri Guru Vaishnavam Shri Rupam Sadhu Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Ladita Shri Shakam He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinamando Jaganapate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namaste Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Radhaneshwari Vishavanan Sute Devi Pranamami Hripriye Vacha Gopatarugasha Upasyo Devacha Patikanam Pavanyo Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivatsari Gaura Bhaktivinoda Nitai Namine Shri Namir Hate Sharamunina Dikte Chere Nitai Namine She Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Jayadev Goswami ki Jai. So Jayadev Goswami gave the introduction to the Gita Govinda as the Dashavatara Stotra. And this is a preface because when we come to the Gita Govinda, which is a description of the loving affairs of Radha Krishna and Vrindavan, without training in Tyakpadeham Punarjanma Naiti Mameti Sorjana. If you can understand the transcendental nature of my activities and my appearance in the world, then you take on the same quality as me. That's why he says Tyakpadeham Punarjanma Naiti. When you have understood Krishna as the Supreme Personality of Godhead and know his activities to be transcendental, and you're 31 only. It should be more now that we have AI. And still, no one's satisfied. After frustration, then one gives it up. So this is called Bhoga and then Tyaga, trying to enjoy and then giving it up in disgust and then going back again to Bhoga and coming back to Tyaga. This goes on eternally in 8,400,000 species of life. There's no remedy. And there's no refuge in just trying to ignore our existence and say we don't exist, because as Krishna said, as the demigods say in the Srimad Bhagavatam to Lord Krishna in the womb, at some point we'll want to come back into the world and enjoy the variety here. So, Vilas means that there is a higher enjoyment, and we're experiencing it here in Jaipur because this is Gupta Vrindavan. And we just came from Vrindavan, but it feels like we didn't leave because Krishna's here. And it's beautiful. There's all these hills, and the deities are so pristine and nicely taken care of and decorated. The Bajaris look so nice, don't they?
Yes.
there's some vilas, there's some enjoyment in that, seeing Radha and Krishna together. So yet pada pankachapa lasa vilasya bhakta karmashrayan kratitim ukartayanti santa. We're bound very tightly to this world by the idea that I can enjoy matter if I just try a little harder. And then there's some yogis that try to withhold their enjoyment in this world and remain stoic. Karmashrayam gratitam utkartayanti santa. But tadvanda rikta, because their minds are empty of Krishna. They don't have Radha Madhav. They don't have those nice looking pujaris. They don't have the music. They don't have the dancing. That dancing earlier was something from the spiritual world that you were all doing. They don't have that. Rikta Matayo means they're empty-headed. You're either stone-headed or empty-headed in the material world. Two choices. But there's a third choice. And Jayadev Goswami's pointed at Rikta Matayo Yateo Pirudha. Those who are yogis, they try to ignore everything, say I don't exist. But when you say I don't exist, that's an act of consciousness, so it contradicts itself. Rikta Matayo Yateo Pirudha Shoto Ganas Tamarana Aranam Bacha Vasudevam. They get washed away by the waves of sense gratification. Even after 10,000 years, Vishamrita Muni gave up his meditation and he went off on his merry way. So, Jayadev Goswami tells us about how wonderful Krishna is. We can bask in Krishna's opulences in all these avatars who come. And then he starts to talk about the avatari and what his activities are in the spiritual world. This enchants the mind. And when we chant Hare Krishna, we're referring to that enjoyment in the spiritual world between the divine couple. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Rama. So, Krishna very deliberately comes to the world and shows us his pastimes. And then he also himself introduces the process of deity worship. These deities are being worshipped according to the process that Krishna himself mentions in the Srimad Bhagavatam. And then, by performing his pastimes in this world in Vrindavan, and when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu comes, he goes to Mayapur and then Jagannath Puri. These are our three main dhams for the Gaudiya Vaishnavas. And we'll never get tired of them because they're unlimitedly deep, and we can go back again and again to hear the pastimes of all these places, and they'll be ever expanding in our hearts. And when we experience that vilas, from hearing about Krishna, that's exactly what Krishna intended, because as mentioned in Srimad Bhagavatam also, Anugrahaya Bhaktanam Manusham Deham Ashrita Vajate Tadrishi Kridha Yashutva Taparogavet. Would you like to know what that means?
Yes.
So would I. It says, Anugrahaya Bhaktanam. Anugraha, we translate as mercy. Graha means to grab something. Like the planets, they're called grahas. Astrology. Do you ever get grabbed by the planets? All the time. And Anugrahaya means if somebody grabs you and pulls you along in the right direction, that's mercy. Anugrahaya Bhaktanam. So for all the bhaktas, those are endeavoring to become pure devotees of the Lord. Anugrahaya Bhaktanam Manusham Deham Ashrita. Krishna comes in a human form with two hands. His Somya Vapu. It's very beautiful, as you can see here from Radha Madhav. And Manusham Deham Ashrita, he takes on this, that's his original form, but he shows it here in this world. And then Bhajate Tatrishi Kridha, and he performs his wonderful pastimes in this world. Yashrutva Taparogavet, and what's in it for us? Yashrutva tat paro bhava. Now we have something to talk about. What are most people talking about? Shukadeva Goswami says at the beginning of Srimad Bhagavatam, all kinds of stupid stuff. The birds are singing in the morning. I don't know if chipmunks sing, but they probably make some little sound. Probably cute, but it's probably just about mating or eating something. And that's what human beings are doing too all over the world. They're talking about just a few things. Sports, politics, and wedding dresses. That's it. Or wedding cakes. Wedding cakes, wedding dresses, politics, and sports. That's all that's available. And that's all anybody talks about until Krishna comes and he performs his pastimes, and then Yashrutva tat paro bhava. Now you've really got something to talk about. And if you talk about Krishna and you talk about his Leela, then you have Vilas. Yat pada pankacha palasa. His lotus feet are so beautiful. They're emanating an effulgence, and they're so fascinating that people just want to talk about them. They want to talk about every feature of Krishna. So that's what we're doing. We're going to see Krishna in all these temples and noticing how beautiful he is. And our heart jumps because we see, oh, there he's with Srimati Radharani. This is what's going on in the spiritual world. Then we can hear from Srimad Bhagavatam and from the great acharyas like Jayadev Goswami, who give us these literatures. Of course, we can't really read the Gita Govinda, but we can read the Chaitanya Charitamrita and the Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, and so forth. And it's the right path, because there's only one path that is powerful enough to give us the escape velocity to leave this material world. Very difficult to get out of the gravitational force of our own lives every day, isn't it? Yes. Have you ever had that experience? Yes. Only 3 people said yes. Say yes.
Yes!
And so, Krishna, and all the planets that grab us, he's the planet that can out-grab all the other planets. You know, if you have your chart done, you'll see there are a bunch of grahas that are grabbing you, pulling you in all different directions. But if you bring the Krishna planet into your life, then Krishna will grab you and take you all the way back to the spiritual world. And this is the process, going to see Krishna, hearing about Krishna, and especially chanting Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama. So thanks to Divyanam and Vradarika Ramai for bringing us here to Jaipur. Hare Krishna is on every hill and every valley here. And all we have to do is go around and see him, and then chant Hare Krishna and dance, take a little prasad when we get tired, a little rest, and then go on from there. And our lives will become more and more sublime, and as we taste the vilas of this activity of Krishna consciousness. And just one last thing. You might notice that Krishna plays a flute. Yes or yes?
Yes!
And so, Prabhupada was once asked by a well-meaning person, why is it that Krishna plays a flute? And Prabhupada said it means because he's all play and no work. And how does that appeal to you? Pretty good, right? Would you like to call back home and say, I'm not coming back, I'm just going to play the rest of my life? Well, you can only do that if you take shelter of Krishna. Because you can't do it in the material world, you'll get crushed. But if you take shelter of Krishna, he'll say, come along with me, it's all play and no work. Dear Srila Prabhupada, dear Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Shri Shri Panchatattva, Shri Shri Gauranitai, Shri Shri Radha Madhav, if you so desire, please bring us into your dance party in the spiritual world and let us play with you eternally. Thank you for considering our request. Om Tat Sat. Everyone agrees with this prayer in whole or in part. Please unmute and say Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna!
Vanchakalpalivriksha Kripasinve Vichapatitana Pavaniyo Vaishnaviyo Namo.
Hare Krishna!
Hare Krishna!
So how was the Kirtan today? So many many bhajans, so many kirtan. Maharaj has uplifted us. Now the yatra has really begun. Up until then, I don't know what we were doing, but we were doing something. Okay, so very important announcements. So please hear me out before you leave from here. So tomorrow morning, we are incrementally making progress to get up early. So the plan is we have scheduled Mangal Aarti at 5:30 tomorrow. But I will confirm the schedule of the timing, whether it would be at the hotel or there is a possibility we may come here and do our japa here, either tomorrow or day after. One of the days we want to see if we can have a japa with Maharaj in this courtyard. It will be nice if we can do it. But it is an early program tomorrow. We will be doing japa either in the hall or here. We'll confirm. So look out for a message tonight. And then 7 o'clock is an early breakfast. We have tomorrow we'll really try and start at 7. And then we will start boarding the buses at 7:45 and leave at 8 o'clock to go to Radha Govind Dev ki. So there will be less traffic, and that's a good time to take darshan. And we have timed it. If it all goes as per the plan of the Lord, we have a plan. But after that, we'll go to Radha Gopinath ki. And from Radha Gopinath, we'll go to Radha Damodar Bhagwan ki. And from Radha Damodar, we'll go to Shri Shri Radha Vinodi Lal ki. So these are the 4 temples we want to take darshan tomorrow, and then we'll be back around 1 o'clock for lunch at the hotel. And then after the lunch, again there'll be a program around from 4 to 6, which would be most likely at the hotel. And then we conclude the evening, and then tomorrow night we have a dinner, a special dinner for all of you. So we'll share the details of that later on. And it's off-site. We're not having the dinner there. We're taking you somewhere else tomorrow night. So I'll confirm the details of that a little later. So that's tomorrow's plan. Is everyone okay with that? Yes. Okay. So yeah, now we are going to go on a Harinam back to the hotel, and there is dinner prasadam will be ready. We have Vindarika and Raj Prabhu are going early, so we can make the bhoga offering. So when you get back, you can have dinner and have early rest. We already offered our lamps this evening, so we are on good time tonight. So please do rest early so you can get up early. Thanks everybody. Hare Krishna.